How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Born to battle. Star on chest beats we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And our Dallas Cowboys went up to the Motor City, went up to Detroit to face the Detroit Lions and got the doors blown off of us last night. You should have seen all the creatures and the cretins just crawling out from under rocks over on X rooting against the Dallas Cowboys, whether it was Philadelphia Eagles fans or Kansas City Chiefs fans or Detroit Lions fans. The Dallas Cowboys and its fan base had to hear the nonstop heckling from fans and talking heads alike. Speaking of talking heads, on today's episode of Get Up, Mike Greenberg, Dan Orlovsky, Harry Douglas, Peter Schrager, Bart Scott, and Louis Riddick all had something to say about the performance of our Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, and I know there's some Angry Cowboys fans today, let's take a listen to the first clip from our guys over at Get Up.
Yeah, the Lions have Dan Campbell and Calvin Shepard, and the Dallas Cowboys don't. That was the difference in a game.
You thought the coaching was a big difference.
1,000%. If you look at the defensive plan by Calvin Shepard, who's the defensive coordinator, it was very clear. 1, I'm not going to expose my defensive backs early on. 2, on third downs, we're going to make sure that we go double-double. So they take their 2 linebackers, put them into double-A gaps. They're just trying to create one-on-ones for the tackles. So I thought Calvin Shepard was very clear. Little one-on-ones early on. They're not going to give you any one-on-ones on third down. Third down, there wasn't a single one-on-one play that mattered when it comes to coverage versus receivers. And it was going to create the tackles for the Cowboys who were the weakness, get Hutch and Muhammad on them in single pass protection situations, and they'll win.
He's talking about Aiden Hutchinson, and he calls him Hutch. So you know the Detroit Lions is his team. But even though Dan Orlovsky was posting on X during the entire game about how the officiating was horrible against the Detroit Lions, of course, he made sure to make some sense during this take. And I can't believe I'm saying that, Cowboys Nation. The Detroit Lions coaching staff outclassed the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff. I mean, what was Brian Schottenheimer thinking? What was he thinking he was going to craft as a game plan? That Aiden Hutchinson was going to give Dak Prescott all the time in the world to just throw from the pocket? That he was going to allow him to take 5-step drops in the pocket all damn game? No, Cowboys Nation. They weren't going to do that. They were going to go after him. Also, what was Matt Eberflus thinking? That they weren't going to get the ball to their playmakers so they could make plays in space? That this Detroit Lions offense wouldn't take what our defense was giving them? I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but this loss falls on the shoulders of our coaching staff. Not having our guys ready, not having our guys prepared to face a desperate team. Damn, Cowboys Nation. But jumping into the second clip, Peter Schrager twists the knife in Cowboys Nation's back just a little bit deeper. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that so we can come back and talk about it. Roll a clip.
It's the holiday season. I think we all got a little swept away with this Cowboys miracle story. It seemed to be very festive when, hey, there's this great chance that they go and they beat the Eagles, and then they go and beat the Chiefs, and then they finish the job against the Lions, and away we go, and we're on this Cowboys ride. Everything that was working for them the last few weeks didn't happen. The officiating didn't go in their favor. Those fumble recoveries that Turpin was making and the Elijah Clark on that special teams play, those didn't happen. And then yesterday, I hate to go to special teams, but I think Tom Kennedy is still returning kicks for the Detroit Lions. Every single time that there was a punt return or a kickoff return, the Lions would take it all the way back. Their average starting position was the 41-yard line. They needed everything to go their way last night, and the Cowboys, they lose CeeDee Lamb. They get a very head-scratching offensive pass interference call against them, and special teams wasn't what it's been. So all the great things that we were getting excited about, they didn't go their way, and now they got 8% chance of making the playoffs.
Peter Schrager. The officiating didn't go in our favor? Bro, that offensive pass interference was crazy as hell. That's the craziest call that I've seen in a minute watching the NFL, Cowboys Nation. But I'm not going to sit here and blame the officiating. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that fan that only tries to hold the refs accountable when we lose a damn game. Our Dallas Cowboys shouldn't have to rely on the officiating to bail them out of games in order to win them. The officiating didn't get Dak Prescott sacked 5 damn times. The officiating didn't make Jake Ferguson fumble the ball at midfield. The officiating didn't make Ryan Flournoy give the damn ball to a Detroit Lions defensive back. That was all execution, or lack thereof, from our Dallas Cowboys. But let's go ahead and jump into the third clip because I feel a rant coming on, Cowboys Nation. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Let's roll this clip so I can give y'all my raw and uncut.
I think a lot of it has to do with Detroit sitting there saying we're not going to get up in your face and play one-on-one. We are going to play shell on you. I agree with you. I just think it's a little bit of George sitting there. He's had so much one-on-one coverage over the last 5 or 6 weeks. He knew in those one-on-one situations, ball's coming my way more often than not. Gets to the Detroit game, corner's playing 6 or 7 yards off. I see a safety over there playing over the top. They're kind of double teaming me with shade. I'm not getting the football.
But see, what we're talking about now, though. See, what we're talking exactly.
I don't disagree.
What we're talking about now is football character. That's what we're talking about. Right. Okay, what happens when you're out there on the football field and it doesn't look like it's supposed to look to you, or rather how you think it's going to look to you? See, I think one of the things that were miscalculated about this football game is I heard a lot of talk about the fact that Detroit's propensity to want to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. Do you think Kelvin Shepard doesn't sit there and self-scout himself? You think he's going to go out there and just go, hey, you know what, we're just going to play across the board one-on-one against George Pickens, who's been lighting up everybody all season long? Of course he's going to change it up. And George, you're going to have to adjust.
Real talk. You're going to have to adjust, George Pickens. But Detroit did exactly what teams will do if the Dallas Cowboys make it to the playoffs this year. They're going to take away what you do best. How many times do content creators have to say this? What do you have to counterpunch that? During that Lions game, the damn Dallas Cowboys had nothing to counter it with. But let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Keeping it real, they keep it real, that's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation, before we get into this raw and uncut, I want to send my thoughts and my prayers out to CeeDee Lamb. As everybody saw last night, CeeDee Lamb sustained a concussion during, the third quarter of last night's game against the Lions. Seeing that the Dallas Cowboys have a mini bye before we host the Minnesota Vikings, I hope that CeeDee Lamb can get the recovery time that he needs so he can take the field during that game. But let's go ahead and get into this raw and uncut. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but last night's game against the Lions really made me just want to throw up in my damn mouth. The high-powered offense that we all spoke about, it only scored field goals in the first half of the damn game? Then it seems that every time we were in striking distance to either tie the game up or to take the lead, the Detroit Lions would somehow go down the field and score a touchdown. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, Cowboys Nation. The coaches did not have this team ready. They didn't have this team prepared to play last night. The first series, the Detroit Lions drove the ball right down the field, but the defense was able to hold them to 3 points with the sack from James freaking Houston. We go down and tie the game, but from then on, the Detroit Lions took the hell off and left us in the rearview mirror. But let's not get started on the offensive line getting beat by stunts and our offensive tackles getting beat and putting Dak Prescott in danger all through the game. It seems as if Brian Schottenheimer was dialing up 3- and 4-step drops only to have the Detroit Lions edge rushers in Dak Prescott's face the entire game. Not only that, but it seems as if George Pickens was running his routes a little sloppy, a little half speed from George Pickens. What's going on with that? But I caught myself screaming at the TV last night, asking why Brian Schottenheimer was calling plays that took so much time to develop and why Dak Prescott wouldn't just use his checkdowns. One thing that I stress in my pregame videos all the damn time is to take what the defense gives you. Always scheme a check down for your quarterback, but the damn quarterback has to take the opportunity, Cowboys Nation. Dak Prescott has to take his check downs. The Lions were beating us with dinking and dunking because our defensive backs were playing 10 to 12 yards off the ball. Dak, if they're giving you that check down, please take the damn check down. And let's talk about the offensive performance real quick. Dak Prescott, 31 completions out of 47 pass attempts. 47 pass attempts. 376 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but why in the hell is my quarterback having to throw so many damn times? I don't give a shit about the interceptions, but what I do care about is the ball security when we know damn well that our defense isn't gonna get consistent stops. Dak throws the ball to George Pickens after he runs a half-ass slant route. The ball bounces up and it gets picked. The second pick shouldn't have been ruled a pick in the first place, but Ryan Flournoy caught the ball and had it ripped right out of his hands. Ball security, gentlemen. And not only the interceptions, but what about the liability that Jake Ferguson has become this year? This man has been a fumble machine over the past few weeks. Kevontae Turpin can't seem to field the punt and try to run it. He always has to call a fair catch and catch the ball. It seems as if he calls more fair catches than he does him trying to run the damn ball. Something's got to give, Cowboys Nation, and something has to give on all phases of the game. And on the defensive side of the ball, Matt Eberflus should have known that Dan Campbell was going to call plays that got the ball out of Jared Goff's hands real quick. He wasn't going to allow our edge rushers to just tee off and rush the quarterback all night. There was going to be quick passes and check downs for the Detroit Lions. And don't get me started on the play of Kenneth Murray Jr. Jahmyr Gibbs broke that man's ankles last night. He broke his ankles on a simple check down, Cowboys Nation. Everyone who plays football from Pop Warner all the way up to college, even if you made it to the pros, you know that the fundamentals of breaking down and allowing your hips to not give away your next movement. Jahmyr Gibbs put Murray in a blender. He put Murray on ice skates last night, Cowboys Nation. And why didn't we have Logan Wilson in the damn game anyway? If you're not going to play the man, then why the hell did you trade for him before the trade deadline? I'm pretty sure that anything that he can offer the defense will be a hell of a lot better than what we had in the game last night. And to keep it all the way real with your Cowboys Nation, our Dallas Cowboys deserved to lose that game last night. In a game where a team who wanted it more was going to be the victor, I figured our Dallas Cowboys would go into this game with that type of mindset and would win this damn game any way they had to, by all means necessary. Well, Cowboys Nation, we didn't have that mentality, and the Detroit Lions damn sure did have that mentality, and they used it against us last night. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys' chances of even making the playoffs this year dropped to 9%. Like I told my brother Oscar D. Nation, when the Dallas Cowboys have their destiny right there in the palm of their hands, they do something to mess it all up. So we have to depend on other teams to help us get to the playoffs. We take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Shoot, the Philadelphia Eagles could go on a losing streak, but if our Dallas Cowboys matches those losses, what good is it? But every dark cloud, there's also a silver lining, Cowboys Nation. Now follow me on this journey real quick. Just bear with me. Okay. Cowboys Nation started talking about the Dallas Cowboys having to run the table after the Arizona Cardinals loss, right? At that point, our Dallas Cowboys record was 3-5-1, meaning that we had 9 games out of the way, and our bye week was after the Cardinals game, right? The Run the Table campaign was going to start at the Las Vegas Raiders game. We went to the Las Vegas Raiders game and got the job done. The next 2 weeks, we beat both teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. Then last night, the run came to an end. In order for teams to make it to the Super Bowl, you got to make it to the playoffs. Duh. And then when you make it to the playoffs, you have to win at least 3 games to make it to the Super Bowl, with the Super Bowl being the 4th game if you actually win. So we were asking the Dallas Cowboys team to pretty much go on an 11-game win streak, 11 games in a row to make it to a Super Bowl. 11 games, Cowboys Nation. For a team who can't string together 4 consecutive wins, we're asking this team to string together 11? That's one lesson for Brian Schottenheimer and his coaching staff, though, Cowboys Nation. That if you want a chance to win the damn Super Bowl, you have to win the early part of your schedule. Now, if the Dallas Cowboys can win out the remaining games of the season, they'll have a 51% chance of making it to the playoffs. I honestly wish the loss would have came against an AFC team as opposed to an NFC team, but hey, it is what it is. But we have 4 games remaining in this season. Remember when I said I don't want to catch fire at the wrong time? This loss was a punch in the stomach, showing Cowboys Nation and the Dallas Cowboys that if you don't bring your best, then you'll get beat and possibly get sent home. But the silver lining being, the Cowboys and Cowboys Nation need not worry about running the table to try and make it to the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys need to worry about winning the game that's right in front of them. Don't worry about a game that's 4 or 5 games ahead. Worry about the one that's right in front of you and moving forward. Taking one game at a time and controlling what you can control. If you want to have the mindset that we're already in the playoffs, then so be it. But you're adding extra added pressure of having to win 8 more games, 8 games in a row, and that pressure's like adding 100-pound weights to your ankles. So from here on out, I hope that the Dallas Cowboys only worry about the game that's in front of them. Only worry about the opponents that you have on your schedule for that week. Only game plan for the particular opponents and stop looking down the road so much. If you do that and you win, then you can move on to the next opponent. Wash, rinse, repeat. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, I know you're disappointed in the performance of our Dallas Cowboys last night. What's the main thing that you're pissed off about, though? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share this content with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will almost guarantee that this gets out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans. They can come over and watch the Dallas Cowboys with Angry Cowboys fans and become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and the Dallas Cowboys is your team, win, lose, or draw, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. I know some people expect the world out of the Dallas Cowboys, and when they don't get the world, your week's ruined. You get mad. You go on a angry streak. You might even ignore your significant other or the people that's close to you. Maybe we should stop looking 5 and 6 games down the road and focus on the opponents right there in front of us. I bet you my bottom dollar that you'll have a better experience watching the Dallas Cowboys as well as watching the NFL. You know, I'm not telling you how to fan or anything. I'm just trying to save you the headache from the inevitability of disappointment, at least for this season. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.